Record here and say welcome everybody. I think this video is going to need to be required to be watched because it has a lot of important information in it. So there's a few of us on the call right now, but I'm going to mute you sweeties for now and go ahead and launch into all of the information. So in the last email, I sent information about how I need your bio by the, I think I said the 25th, no, the 30th, which is today. So I need a third person, written in third person bio about you. I need your headshot, and I need a description of your workshop. If you're vending, I'd love to have pictures of what you're vending and a description of what you're vending. Then I would like for you to go into the marketing document and click, it's the very first page now, there's a rainbow color schedule, you can't miss it. But I need you to put your name in on the day that you want to be announced and then announce yourself in the afternoon. So in the morning, we'll post the picture of you or a few pictures of you via Instagram and Facebook along with your descriptions and bio. And then in the afternoon, you'll go live in the Facebook event and you'll talk about yourself and show a little bit of what you do or what you sell, and we'll get to know you. And this is an excellent marketing technique that's happened every year. It's really important that we do it, but we need to get people in that schedule right away. So it's very clear, I think. So please sign up for your day to be announced in the next 5 weeks. P.S. guys, 5. Count them 5. It's Oshun's favorite number, 5, but 5 weeks. So please help us make this Goddess Gathering possible. The contracts Meg and I are going to send out, we're just struggling with the right program, honestly, to send the contracts to you. So to make it really easy to just sign it online, that's what we're hoping to do. So I think we should be able to do that by early next week, and then if you can get them to us by December 7th, that would be awesome. Okay, number 3 is a little bit of marketing. So if you've not gone to the event yet, the Facebook event, and said you're going, it hurts my feelings. Like, it hurts my feelings that not everybody has said I'll be there that's committed to us. And then also please click going and invite all your friends. I'm out of invites, and it's super important that, you know, I know that some of us locally will have crossover and others will open it up to a broader spectrum. So please feel free to invite all your friends, share it on your pages, share it multiple times, do a post about it. Please help us with the marketing is what I'm saying. Invite your friends to like the SSGG Facebook page. I can make sure that everybody is like a post on it, and I'm making myself a note. So I'll add you guys all as Facebook hosts, and you'll be able to see what happens in that group. And then you'll also be able to invite your friends to like the page. You can invite all your friends to like the Instagram page by adding our Instagram account, which is in the marketing document. The login and password is in the marketing document under Logins tab. And you can put it on your phone. So you have 2 accounts on Instagram, just say add account. And then you can post as SSGG as well. You could go live on our Instagram as well as Facebook if you want to do both. I think it might share there, I'm not sure. But you can utilize our Instagram as well. And then we have a meetup. And Barbara, I saw, thank you very much that you went on there and added yourself as going on the meetup, which was cool. So we have a meetup page too. And all of those are linked in the last email that I sent you. So number 4 on that list in the email was kind of talking about with the help of your promotion, we're hoping that you can each bring in 2 women as participants. And if you can't, well, and then those 2 women would cover your lodging, which would be great. it'll be shared lodging. You'd be with 2 other women in a king size or queen size 2 queen room. It's a 2-bed queen room with a fold out couch. So everybody has their own bed, and they're nice Marriott beds. And it's a beautiful suite. So those are shared rooms for 2 women. Or you can just pay $155 and there's your hotel room for the weekend. It's all 3 nights. I hate to do that, but it's, unless you're really putting a lot of effort into the marketing or into the forward planning of the event, then I can't do everything. And I want to explain a little bit more about that. So our team right now is 20 women plus 5 vendors, maybe, and we might go up to about 8 vendors. That'll be our maximum. But the vendors pay basically their expenses at $333 this year. So, and we're trying to give the team a free pass with all of their food and expenses included, because I want to give you something for all of your hard work and honor you in some way. And every year we try to do more. I've also tried to build in a lot of ways that you can possibly make money from it. So after those 2 women, the first 2 tickets that you sell, and it doesn't matter if it's a VIB or if it's a day passes, it doesn't matter. After that, then you get $40 commission on every ticket you sell. And if you're doing healing one-on-one sessions, you have extra ways to make money. And just because you're on the call, Jillian and Barbara, I want to offer both of that to you. I mean, if you're interested, so we can talk about you guys being on that schedule. But Jillian, I'd already thought that for you, that you might want to do crystal healing sessions. And Barbara, sound healing or whatever else you might potentially want to offer. And we all have, we have these extra ways to make money. But with a team of roughly 25 women, and a whole group of 77 women, that is 1/3 expenses. Does that make sense? Basically 1/3 of us is expenses. So we're donating profits. We're really wanting to be able to save a little bit for next year, so that my credit card doesn't get maxed out every year, which is fun for me. But I mean, we're putting all of that on my credit card for the hotel and all the hotel rooms. So it's a lot to carry. So we really do need to bring in women this year. And what fun is having 2 massive rooms, like double what we had last year. And all of these amazing, fantastic presenters, if there aren't women to soak in our magic. So please help me with this. I have a rash right now, and I think it's because of the stress that every year it happens. Like, I solidify the presenters, then I solidify the vendors, and then the women come. But it feels late in the game this year. And I think it always feels late in the game, and I have a hard time remembering. But anyway, it's not that we don't have anyone. We just don't have enough yet. And so I'm stressed. But anyway, that brings me to the fact that the early bird tickets, the early B tickets, go away. And that's the VIB early bird for $15.55, goes away tomorrow. So I'm going to leave it up until probably like late tomorrow night so that people can still use it tomorrow night. And all they have to do is get their first down payment in to start it. It's like an automatic payment plan. So if they do it by tomorrow night, then it's able to continue throughout the time. It's just like start it now. And it's only a $400 payment. It's like $399 for the month, for 4 months. Okay, anyway, I also need you guys to please send a personal email to either your list. You know, if you're a marketer and you send a mass email, great, that's fine. But what I'll tell you is that one-to-one contact and face-to-face contact and a personal phone call is certainly the way to go. So I have been on the phone. This happens to me every year. So from like October to January, I'm on the phone constantly. And it's woman after woman. And again, with 25 of you, it's like herding cats. Like, I can't talk to 25 of you every week to update you. You know, it's not fair to me. So please read my emails, and please understand that I'm trying to communicate as much as I can with all of you. And if you have personal questions, also just call me, because I'm constantly on the phone and I'll pick up. So anyway, please send an email to your women encouraging them to come. Now, I've linked a document also in that email that's already written for you. Poof. All you have to do is adjust it a little bit for you and your people, but it's written. So it's easy for you to be able to pull from that. Our Instagram has a lot of fun posts right now as well, which you could pull from. They're all also on the Facebook event. We've been sharing them there. There's a lot of photos now in the Facebook and on Instagram of last year. And every time I'm looking at these photos, the craziest thing is that the carpet in there is all hexagons with like spilled honey everywhere. And I didn't even see it last year. I just hated that it was yellow last year. And now I'm like, oh my goddess, it's yellow and it's got honey spread all over the hive. Like, what? How could I have asked for a better carpet? Anyway, so then the last thing on that list was the team meeting today. But please get me your bios. Please help with the marketing and send an email and invite all your people. Okay, so now I'm going to jump to, let me just actually see if anybody has any questions that's on the call. Barbara or Jillian, do you have questions about any of that? Okay, Barbara has a question. I'm unmuting you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I do have one question. When you mentioned about the contracts that you wanted by December 7th, when do you plan to send them? I know you're having challenges right now, but did you have a date so I can keep an eye open? Because I just don't get to check my emails every day, as you know. So I want to keep a heads up so I can look
yeah, I think Meg and I would probably, I wish she was on the call right now. She hasn't texted me though. So if we'll try to send them by Monday, Tuesday, I think. Let me see the date, because then what is that, the Friday, the 7th? Yeah. Yeah, I will really try to send it Monday, Tuesday. And basically, the contracts are really straightforward. Anything that's really specific to you is laid out right at the beginning, and should be pretty clear and easy to read. The rest of it is mostly legal stuff, which says, if you fall over and hurt yourself, you won't sue me. You're doing this on your own, and that we can use photo and video of you. So that's mostly what the rest of it says, but definitely read them. They're not too long.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we're going to try to do it via HelloSign. I think we just have to open an account because we can only send 3 a month for free. We were trying to sneak by, but I'll need to open an account with it. And then it'll be good. That's a good question. Anybody else? I can't see your hand. Oh, let me unmute you, Jillian, just in case. Hi.
I was wondering about that document that you sent that you want us to kind of pull from to send emails to people.
Yeah.
I guess it was in view only, so I couldn't copy and paste it. But I was able to share the link and then invite people to view it. That was the best I could do. But I sent it to a few people yesterday. Oh,
awesome! Thank you. You know what? I'll make sure that everybody's shared with that document.
I need to be able to if you want me to copy and paste from it, I need to be able to have access, permission, or whatever.
100%. Sorry if I didn't share it with everybody. I will do that today, right now, as soon as we get off the call. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's everything on that? Okay, sweet.
Yeah, that's all I have for now.
Okay, cool. I'm going to mute you guys again, and what I want to go into now is, I wish Meg was on the call because she is really, really great at the sales part of this. But I will just this is me, and this is how I sell things, because and this is also why the ticket price is what it is this year. So I want to be really honest with you guys. So 2 quick stories. One is that the very first year I charged $150, and we sold more than out the first year, but it was $150 for a whole weekend. I was crazy. I didn't budget. I didn't know. I was an idiot. And I mean, we came out right along the black, but again, it was I didn't make anything from it. And then the second year we moved to Vedanta, and it was a lot more things to prepare and deal with. There was the food. And so I went into debt a bit for it, and then made some money back. But again, we went to a beach vacation for a night with 2 rooms at a king size suite on the beach, done. The profits were gone. It's never been a money maker for me. It's always been from my heart. And then last year, we upped our prices for the hotel. We had to. And I feel some of the feedback we got was that people were hungry. We didn't quite get enough to eat. So one of the things that we've done this year is try to enhance the food budget so we all feel that there's plenty, and it's just plentiful. we also maybe didn't have enough time to eat, so tried to adjust that as well. And the other, so then, you know, and with the hotel, I had to do a lot more down payments. I had to do this, that, and the other. I'm also like spending 3 months of my life on this and not really having a lot of time to do other things. I'm trying to do all the things right now, but again, I don't have like my little tucked away second job that just kind of makes the steady income right now. It's like all my own right now. And so my focus is here, and it hasn't been making lots of money yet. And what we do have, we have to stockpile for the expenses that we have so far that I already know about. We're not over our like we're not in the good yet. So you know, whatever. So it's tight for me too. And I have some debt from that, and it's mine, it's my responsibility, but I want us to be able to get out of the hole and be in the abundance for next year. I mean, it's year 5, and I'm hoping that we can really, we've all said, let's up level it this year. Let's like up our game. Well, I did it with the prices. And part of why I did the prices as an all-inclusive package was because I once signed up for this. I was like, it's a money abundance workshop with this woman I really like. Really, and I wanted to go so bad, and I didn't really have the money. It was like $750, and I signed up for it. And as soon as it said no refunds, I was like, oh God, okay, click. It's a yes, I'm going. And then as soon as I hit yes and paid that first $750, it brought me to a page that said, okay, now you have to pay for your lodging and your food expenses. And it was another $750. And I was like, wait, surprise, not okay. And she wouldn't give me the money back, and I had to like readjust, and I did 2 sessions with her for that price. It was nonsense. So I just thought, I don't want to do it like that. I want to tell you everything and then just give you a price, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. So that is why I chose to do a really upfront, all-inclusive price. And I did up the prices a little bit so that we could try to make a little tiny baby stockpile for our 5-year-old, you know, and who's going to, 5-year-old birthday is coming next year. So like stockpile. And because the team has grown, and because I'm trying to give more back to you all in terms of like for every year that's happened before this, people have always paid, right? Like the presenters have paid to come. And so this year for free, it's like, it's a stretch for us. So it's like nothing, but it's still better than nothing. So I'm trying. And next year I want to be able to pay presenters. Like, wouldn't that be a miracle? So in the hopes of honoring everybody, I have upped the prices a little bit. I want to tell you what this amazing VIB ticket includes. And the VIB ticket is a single ticket, early bird price, $15.55. Not early bird price, $18.88. Then there's a Sister Bee package, which all this is on the website, so I encourage you to go there and check it out. But Sister Bee price goes down with 2 bees coming together and sharing a room. It goes down to about $13.33 roughly per person. And then with the 3-person, it's a hive bee package. It goes down to roughly $1,222. And then what is not online is that we're offering quietly a 4-person package. So 2 people would share a bed. But a 4-person package that would cost about $1,111 each. And then there's 2-day passes for Saturday and Sunday that are $555. That only includes Saturday lunch and dinner and Sunday lunch. And their package goes from like 9 a.m. Saturday morning to 10 a.m. Saturday night, about 9 a.m. on Sunday morning to 5 p.m. on Sunday. So VIB inclusions are the royal treatment. We are going to greet you with love and kindness, and we are going to like help you up to your room, and it's going to be really a one-on-one lush sweet experience. You are going to have 3 nights in a king room ocean view suite, 1 block from the beach. The sunsets are magnificent. they will feel, I mean, the rooms are lush. They're Marriott beds. I love Marriott beds. You know, they're beautiful. There's a little like fridge and microwave kitchenette thingy. It's just tiny, but it's there in case they want to bring any food or store anything. There's a little desk area. There's a couch, and there's a beautiful king bed and like a lovely bathroom. I mean, they're really state of the art. The hotel doesn't feel like a Marriott. It feels like a funky beach hotel with, you know, style. And the woman event planner, Liz, who has coordinated everything with us for the last few years, is just lush. I just love her so much. She's just amazing. So you're also going to get underground hotel parking, which is $30 a night. PS. That's the deal. You can park, like there is street parking if they don't want, it's included though, like that's just the case. So for the 2-day pass, like they're going to have to find their own parking and park 2 blocks away where it's free for all day, right? So it's just not as easy. Again, royal treatment. So you got your underground parking, valet. You have all your meals from Friday dinner to Monday lunch. Friday dinner to Monday lunch, and that is like vegan, gluten-free, organic, with maybe some vegetarian and gluten-y options on the side. Like we're really trying to make it high vibe food, but at the same time grounding and nourishing. You're gonna get included a one-on-one session with the healer of your choice. Value $100 at least. I mean, it's really more for most of the healers, but that's what we're paying the healers, each of them, out of that. That's what the healer gets, right? You get your choice of official SSGG merchandise. Boom, included, pre-picked. You get the pool access, the hot tub, the gym, extra leisure time and extra beach time, being a block from the beach. We're going to create a small ebook with a lot of our posts and a lot of the information about the bees in it, as sort of a little keepsake and treasure trove of knowledge. So they'll get that ebook. And they get an exclusive additional workshop on Monday morning. And then they get just like more space and time to bond with the sisters and really be there and feel on retreat and feel on vacation and relax and have everything on site that's super convenient for them. It's so we really want to make them feel like they're both getting a life-changing experience and a totally lush little four-day vacation. So I do feel like it's worth it. I do feel like the way that I've done it is to be fair and give them no surprises. The other thing is that every single option online for a ticket also has a payment plan, a 4-month long payment plan. It's like a tiny, minute increase monthly just for the fee that I will incur via PayPal, but it's like negligible. So I've tried to be really, really fair with it. I don't want to like gouge people or say that we're doing something, you know, I mean, last year some girls got a group rate. There was a big gaggle of them, and I gave them a crazy group rate, like I think it was like $200, and it basically covered their expenses. And I'm so glad they were all there, 100%. But I also will tell like one last story is that I have a client right now, and she's like in her early 20s. She's in San Antonio, and she has privilege. She's living with her parents, and they are definitely helping, you know, so she has no rent, but she's working really hard. And she's working really hard to coach with me and pay that every month. And she's been dying to come to this gathering, right? And so she's like, I'm making this happen. And she got a little bit nervous, and she talked to her dad, and he was like, oh, okay, now that I understand what it is, I'll just pay for it for you. And I was like, so she told me this on the phone as we were coaching. And I said, you know, you've told me that you have savings for this already. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, so how does it feel for you. I mean, it's great to receive, don't get me wrong. But how does it feel to actually do this for yourself instead of just taking that money? And she was like, you're right, I can do this myself. And so she said like, oh, well, I'll just let my dad pay for the travel. And I was like, great idea. That feels really like so light. And it did feel light with her on the phone that day, her just really taking that responsibility and owning it. Like, I want to do this. I'm going to make it happen. And so she's been working super hard. She made her first down payment last month, and, you know, she's got 3 more months of it. And then poof, she's like done with this amazing program with me. And that's her culmination, this graduation ceremony almost with me. It's going to be a magnificent experience for her. And she's really just waking up to her own witchiness. It's just so perfect timing for her. And she knows it. And so she's chosen it and she's working for it. Yeah. And then she said the other day, well, you know what? I don't even need my dad to pay for my ticket anymore. I have the money. I'm ready to go. Like, the payment, you know, it's amazing. So I realize that it's a struggle for people. She doesn't have kids, you know, she doesn't have loads of expenses, but she's a beautiful little white girl driving Uber, right? As a side job on top of her gymnastics job, and then doing a ton of privates of gymnastics if she can to try to do that. So she is really working hard right now to make all these happen. So I just want to like give that as an example that yes, we have these scholarship tickets, which we can't give yet because we don't have them. We don't have that surplus. Next year, if we have a surplus, we can give scholarship tickets, like just off the bat. But, you know, encourage, if you know people with money, please encourage them to sponsor somebody. And maybe we can even reach out to the gents in your lives to help with that. And maybe I can even do that too. That sounds really scary for me, but I think that sounds like a cool idea. So with all that being said, are there questions about tickets and ticket sales? And do you see where I'm coming from and why they are so much?
Did you look into?
I'd like to, where can we find out more about who is presenting and like what the content is going to be? Like, I want to be able to talk to people about what they're actually getting aside from, you know, the hotel and the food and everything. Like, I want to know, you know, what is this experience all about? Like, what are you going to learn? What are you going to like gain from this? That'll make it totally worth it, you know?
Right.
Okay, that is a super amazing, fair question, 100%. What was your question, Barbara?
Mine is related to that. Well, I had a different question too, but that's an excellent question. Because I find that with oftentimes with retreats at this level, there's usually like a bigger name headliner, and I don't know that any of us have that big name kind of headliner. Maybe someday we will, but the content, not just what they'll get, but what will they experience, and who will they experience it with, and why is this person who they will experience it with worthy of that price tag? You know, we're all doing great things in the world, but who's the name? You know, so have a name, and that's also, if you look further into the CEUs or continuing education credits that we had talked about last week, for people who might say, oh, well, I get continuing ed credits for my professional practice.
Awesome questions. Okay, thank you. Yeah, the continuing education credits I have looked into, and Meg and I will continue to look into it a bit more. Yes, not enough yet, but I will. I think it's a great idea to be able to offer continuing education credits through this program. So that really tells me, Jillian and Barbara, that I need to put the schedule out now. So I will finalize the schedule and put it online in the next week. And a detailed schedule, I would say, a pretty detailed schedule. We have it, but I'm just like, you know, as things grow and develop, I just have to shift and adjust a tiny bit. So that was coming. That is coming. But I hear you, and I've heard the message before that the schedule should actually be out. It shouldn't just say what it is. It should say like really what it is.
Well, and I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you. You could say the schedule is subject to slight changes.
Yeah.
Because I know that there's always going to be some fudging of adding and moving things around, taking something out and replacing it with something bigger and better. So basically, when they put some kind of schedule, then they see that content-based. And then you'll have the descriptions by that time as well of what all of the workshops and experiences are, so people can see. We're going to be creating a buzz, right, around why they would want to come. They'll be like,
yeah.
Oh, wow, look at her. And she's offering something amazing. And I love the description. I want to be there. So that's what we want to, because there are goddess gatherings happening all over the country. I see them on Facebook all the time. And a lot of times they're nothing. They're empty. They don't go deep. They're just like, oh, do a little of this, do a little of that. And we're going to sit in a red tent. I'm sorry. It's just like, doesn't appeal to me. And, but if you want to, create a buzz, then yeah, give it some content, give it some life.
Okay. So I guess technically speaking, we have Tarni Falloon, who's joined us.
Hi, this is Deb. I'm so sorry I'm late.
Hi, Deb. Thanks for being with us.
Hi.
We're just midway in, more than midway in. We have Tarni Falloon, who has just been in her field a long time. She's given a TED Talk, so that gives her some clout. And Rebecca is a published author. Tarni is a published author. Correct. I mean, and then we have like Deborah on the phone and Creme Brulee, so sort of like San Diego famous local cloudy women. And I guess that clout has never been as important to me as knowing that the people that are there are full of integrity. This goddess gathering came out of another women's gathering that I found really hypocritical. And it was so inspiring for me. I honor her and all of her work and all of her hypocrisies because it was so inspirational for this. And it's I met Tarni there, and it's one of the reasons that Tarni's been with us all 4 years is because that's what she said to me after the first year, like this gathering was so in integrity. And so that is what I really try to hold, that if we're talking about power we can be in the circle. We're not going to have like the stage where, as much as being in the circle together and really honoring each other with that visceral sense. So, I mean, I think that is one of the keys that I try to hold. Each year, this theme arises and develops, and that always influences things. So this year, it's about saving the bees and saving ourselves. I really believe that we will die without bees, and that it's very important to help them right now, and that they are asking for our help as goddesses and witches that listen to the plants and animals, that they are asking us to listen. And they have been the sweetest to me, just crawling all over and saying hi and hanging out and buzzing around. And especially when I'm talking about the goddess gathering, I often see bees. So I believe that they're coming to you too. And I believe that they're coming to other women, and that women will feel that call a bit, that we are the bees, we are the hive, and that there's a very deep reflection in when bees support the queen bee, and women support other women, we're so much stronger than when we're victimizing other women as women, right? And we've lived in this, but we do that, and it's time to take responsibility for that. So I think that it's reflected in the current human trafficking situations. And I think that it's reflected in ancient Greek times with the priestesses of Aphrodite. And I think that it's reflected in the like misconception of the erotic, sensual, feminine. So with the bees came Oshun, and with Oshun came my lack of understanding and knowledge about Oshun. And then I really delved into Aphrodite as a way into her as a white witch, because I knew that and I felt that and I get it. So that led me through this really big journey across the Aegean Mediterranean seas to all these different places and all these different goddesses in all these different time periods that are the exact same lineage. And as Oshun has like blessedly revealed herself to me, or I've woken up enough to see her, what I've understood and understood is that she's all around us all the time. And I actually said one time, you know, it's this hidden religion or something, Aoife Yorba, and Michaela yelled at me, thankfully. And she said, you know, it's not hidden actually, Sasha, you just didn't know it was there. And I was like, that is so true. And so it's something that I'm waking up to. It's something that I'm wanting others to wake up to. I know that as women, as a whole, we feel unequal to men and that we want to be acknowledged for where we are right now. Even if they think they're ahead and they're like, why don't you just catch up and be equal? It's like, well, no, actually, we're actually at the back of the line. And if you could just come back and see from our perspective, that would be really helpful. And then we could actually gather and like know where we're going. And so in the same way, the intersectional feminism, bringing in, you know, race and age and sexual orientation and a number of other intersections where inequality comes together, acknowledging that we are where we actually all are will help us all move forward to where we want to be and know how to do that better. So for me, this conversation between this African goddess Oshun and this other representation, I mean, I know there will be so many other goddesses brought in, but Aphrodite being a focal point, especially with Barbara bringing the frame drums, which sound like bees and were played by the Melissa, who are the sacred priestesses of Aphrodite, Melissa meaning bee in Greek. So for me, it's always been this, a moment of awakening, right? The first year, it was like an awakening of the fact that we even had power. Oh, we were powerful? Holy shit. What does that mean? And starting to embody that. The second year was, oh, we're magical? What? I'm magical? There's unicorns and mermaids everywhere? Okay, I'm waking up to that. Last year, it was, I'm an Amazon woman. I have the strength to stand up and be seen as a powerful, magical witch or woman or whatever word you want to claim, person. So that, and then this year, for me, it's like we're waking up to the fact that we are stronger together, more magical, more powerful as a hive, working together. I don't know how many women I know that are like, we got to start a retreat center. I have the best idea for a retreat center. I'm like, ladies, why don't we have a frigging retreat center by now?
Right.
So this one gathering, like us coming together as a hive for this tiny microcosm of a gathering is just an example of the power that we can actually have and the wave that we can be in the world. So for me, that's what this gathering is about. There's going to be a lot of information imparted. We do go deep, go right down into body with Tarni and start that right off. Come right in, ladies. And then we will have Sherry back, but doing a little bit of different work. So we won't be doing past trauma regression so much. We will be doing come home to your body, come back from the astral travel, come in. And that's been a practice of me this whole year, is these body dives and like literally coming into my body, just coming into my body, and how powerful that can be. So the focus this year, we've got a beekeeper coming in who also is doing a goddess bee training program this coming year. So cool. So we're going to learn about the bees. And I just know that there's so many reflections. We've been doing this Be the Bee Tuesday marketing thing where we're talking about how what the bee does really reflects what we do, and we can learn these lessons from that. So there is actually a lot of content about this, but more on the social media than on the website itself. So I'm also hearing that we can get a little bit more of that on the website. And my goal for next week is to have all the presenters' headshots, bios, and everything up on site. There is a button that says meet the team, the SSGG team this year, that takes you to another page that gives you all of the presenters. So, I mean, have a look at the website page, because it does link to the ticket page, and it does link to the past photos, and it links to the presenters of this year. But I don't have everybody's bios yet, guys, so I don't have them all up.
Get mine?
I got yours.
Yeah.
I got yours, Barbara. Yeah. Yeah. So some of you I have from past years, but if you want an update, that would be great. So check it out. Yeah, I'm sure there's new stuff. Okay, so questions on that. That was my spiel to answer your questions. I mean, I know that we don't have the headliner, and what I'm really still desiring, I mean, we have some knowledgeable people and people doing lots of research on Oshun, and we're going to really help her be seen by more women. And that Oshun basically is the Orisha, which is like a part of God that came down to earth, if I understand it, and that lives with the ancestors and brings this knowledge to us. And hers is the sensual, fertile, aphrodisiac-y, erotic, but also the sweet waters and the flow, any fresh water that you can drink, also the salt waters, but the waters where the ocean and the rivers, the freshwater rivers meet. And that is something that we're doing. So we're all these tiny little streams, right? Come together in the goddess gathering right by the beach, flow right into Mother Nature at Yamaya Umoja. As Barbara said, that we're actually going to take the ritual to the beach to give our streams and our water and honoring of that to the mothers. So it's about ourselves. It's not so much about, that's what the facilitators that I choose are ones that come to help you as the participant, I think. And we can just drink in each other's medicine. Okay, questions on that? Sorry.
I just wanted to introduce a woman that I had met. She owns a store in San Diego called Mama Roots.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We just call her Mama. I go in there. I'm like, hi, Mama. She knows me from, being another leader. And she is a priestess of Oshun. I mean, for years. Her whole story.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so I think that you should talk to her.
Oh my goodness.
Or go in and meet her, schedule a meeting, maybe pay her for her time, because, she's an expert. That is who she is. I was in there just putting up some flyers the other day, and I told her about the goddess gathering, and she's like, oh, well, I'm a priestess of Oshun. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I think we need to learn from you,
Thank you so much. Yeah. I will contact her today, 100%. Because that's the other thing I really didn't say that I kept sighing about, if you noticed my sighing, was that we have been working on really finding a person that knows Oshun intimately, and we've had many leads and nothing has been the pan out yet. So, I mean, I've been wanting to connect with Mama Roots for a while anyway, so that feels like elation to me right now. Thank you.
Yeah. And tell her that, you know me and etc. She knows about the gathering. So
amazing. Okay. Great. Oh, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay. Okay, cool. That's so happy.
That's very good.
Okay. Anything else? May I ask you a question? Do you feel that was helpful? That do you feel like this is something that you can justify for, when you're talking to women? How can we help? What can I tell you that will help you justify it?
What do you mean justify?
Well, we were talking about the price this year, Dev, before you jumped on. I was kind of into the second part of the speech. I gave all the inclusions, and then Barbara and Jillian kind of wanted to know, well, what am I actually getting out of it as a person? So as a person,
like,
what are you getting out of it?
What are they talking about?
What? Say that again, Julian.
We were wondering, like who can we say is giving presentations, and what are they going to be talking about specifically? Like, what are the topics, and like what are people going to gain from this? So that was what we were talking about before you got on the call.
Right, the actual experiences. What will they learn? What will they experience?
Mm-hmm. I guess the other piece is that one of the things that I think one of the things is the Sunday. So the Sunday is a lot about, it'll be women's circles to talk about literally health concerns or a little bit of red tenting, I suppose, with your own phase of womanhood. So we're going to include queendom this year, which I think will be really fun for a lot of the queens to feel into. I'm not even sure we'll actually have a crone this year. We'll see if anyone wants to claim that, but I feel like a lot of women are going to really want to embrace this queendom that we have left out, or that is developing now as women live longer. But each group will get together to talk about that and what that means for themselves, and then we'll get together as a larger group and bless each phase and again experience it that way, which is, I don't know, I just love that part. I think it's just super, super powerful to be blessed. Like if you say, like this woman who came the very first year was 76 years old and had never been blessed for her period. So she came into the blessing for the youth, right? For the maiden. And it was awesome. And of course she would. So there's that piece. And then there's, again, some, there'll be pieces about waking to your magic. I think this year there's going to be a little bit of accountability for, if we are standing up as goddess priestesses, how do we stand up for all the meek? That it's not just, I don't know, we have a big responsibility. So how are we helping to support each other in really making the web of change? Like if, I have this image of us like joining hands, and, as we like have joined hands, we walk across the earth, and it just like combs out anything that needs to like die and fall away. And then it brings with like all of the good and the new and the refreshed viewpoints and the goddessness coming back to us. And whatever, don't even need to divide it like genderly, it's not a gender thing. It's the power with. It's the power with, it's the respect for everyone and everyone's life. I keep coming back to that. It's not really a great selling point, I guess. You guys come and be accountable. But there's that, again, there's something about it being really integrity and that is going to hold you to your highest alignment. It's going to ask you to look at your highest alignment and where are you personally out of alignment or being hypocritical, and how can you be more yourself? How can you feel even better in yourself?
Yep.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, cool. Well,
have you guys, I'm sorry I came on late. Have you guys talked about the actual like main ritual?
We haven't. We had a ritual call on Wednesday that a lot of people couldn't make. And I'm having a meeting with Jazz and Michaela tonight, which will clarify a lot of things. And I think we'll maybe try to reschedule for next week with the ritual team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some ideas about that I want to share with you.
Cool. Awesome. And we've definitely been like in the week that you've needed to be absent, which is totally 100% understandable. Sending you love and kisses. We've also had a little bit of progress. So yeah, let's definitely, maybe we can just talk about that on the phone.
Catch me up.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I'm so elated to hear about Mama Roots. Thank you so much for that, Deb. I really will call as soon as we get off the phone. And I will update documents with everybody on them and make you guys host events on the Facebook page. This call was recorded, so you can watch a bit. It's an hour, unfortunately, but maybe not quite that, because we didn't start recording right at the beginning. But thank you so much, Barbara, Jillian, and Deborah, for your time this morning. And thank you all for all of your input and your love and your desire to see the world a better place and help make it happen by creating this goddess gathering with me.
Absolutely. Well, it's my pleasure.
You're welcome.
And thanks for the reminders. I will get the bios, headshots and stuff to you. And I'm going to talk to my mom about marketing the gathering, like so we hand out flyers here and like get these local people up here maybe interested. So
awesome, Jillian. Thank you.
Yeah.
My headshot is so confusing because I just cut my hair.
Oh, maybe it's time. I know I need new ones too, Deb. Let's combine forces and get new headshots done because I have short hair now too.
And I think I might jump in soon to as soon as I have my headshot and bio and description on the website, I will jump in and do the live and do the invites. I think I've mentioned to you before, because I'm in Florida and spent a decade in Maine, my following is here. And I feel more comfortable inviting people to the event via my Facebook invites. I don't want to waste them on people who don't see my presence on the site because they don't to go to the West Coast would be a much bigger deal. So I feel more comfortable doing my sharing, doing my invitations after at least I'm on there too, so that when I invite them, I can say, see, I'll be here as well. I think this is worthy and I'm going. But,
it's 2 o'clock.
I think that once that happens, then I'm just going to jump on and start doing invites. And I mean, I've been sharing it anyway, but not sending out the invitations because I want to be timely about it. Not everybody even looks at their notification. So I want to do it when I can also say, take a look, and they'll see all of us there.
Awesome. So just to be clear, just go to the last email I sent and click the marketing document link and sign in up for the day. We'll get it done.
Okay. Okay. So that will get the gears in motion to get my headshot and bio and all that on the website and everything too.
Yep. I mean, I can do that in the morning, and I mean it's coming. I feel you. You're ready, and I love that. So if you want to go, early next week, that's great.
Okay, yeah, and I already opened up that email. I saw it. I was like, whoa. I'm not used to so much computerized administrative stuff. So I looked at it and I thought, okay, this is different. I'm going to have to come to understand this.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I'm like pushing you into your Google Drive, but try.
No, that's okay. I mean, I'm glad that you found tools that will help to organize all of this. It's just not anything that I've ever had to use. So I've got a learning curve with it. That's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. So I hope that you have a blessed weekend, and thank you for your time again, and energy and light and skills and smarts. And thank you to the bees, and thank you to our Orisha Oshun and our goddess Aphrodite who bring us the flow of the river. Let them flow in now. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Bye,
Love you
everybody.
guys. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.